Hello everyone, thank you so much for joining me today. My name is Laura Train Mama, and today I'm going to be reading you the fourth short story in the Midnight Train series. This story is called The Boy and the Dinosaur Train. One afternoon, Sam was very busy in his garden. He was building a train track in a beautiful circular loop. Sam hadn't really been thinking of much at all as he built his track. It had been a nothing kind of a day. That was, of course, until the wind started to pick up and swirl around Sam's face, and the earth gently, just gently, started to rumble under him. Before he knew it, the flower bed, which had been sitting just at the side of Sam, began to rise. It rose and it rose, and then before Sam knew it, there was a train tunnel, an opening that had emerged that had never been there before. And all of a sudden, a train began to emerge from the tunnel. It was a brown rust colour. It had bones for sidebars. It even had a fossil horn right at the front of the train. A turtle in a trench coat leaned out of the window. "It's time for a prehistoric pickup," he boomed with a smile on his face. Sam climbed aboard without a moment's hesitation. And inside the train, Sam noticed there were ancient carvings covering the walls, which seemed to be made from some kind of prehistoric wood, as were the seats, which looked ever so comfortable. Then all of a sudden, the train was moving. It was going back in time. In the blink of an eye, the train emerged from a tunnel, and Sam looked out of the window and gasped. He saw volcanoes, and he saw dinosaurs of plenty, trees, some grasses and watery lakes. These beautiful, majestic creatures roamed peacefully here, and Sam had to laugh as a little triceratops leant in through the window and licked his chin, ever so cheeky as he did so. But then, as Sam smiled, it was cut short because the train started to rumble. And before long, the train was then shaking violently. Sam held on to the wooden seat as tightly as he could. One of the train's tracks had slid into a tar pit, and if they weren't careful, the rest of the track, and therefore the train, would be going in after it. Sam looked over to the turtle conductor, who had a shocked expression on his face. "Yikes," he cried. "We'll be dino dinner if we don't get out of here." Sam looked around him and noticed a long-necked brachiosaurus right next to them. And this gave Sam an idea. Sam had noticed as he boarded the train that there was a reel of rope, and without thinking really, he got to his feet and grabbed it. He beckoned to the brachiosaurus, waving his arms. He created a loop with the rope, and he threw it at the brachiosaurus. The gentle giant grabbed it in his mouth. And somehow, without any communication between themselves, the brachiosaurus seemed to know what to do, as it pulled and pulled ever so gently, but quickly now. It pulled the train back to safety. "Wow," said the turtle conductor. "You think fast, kid." The engineer aboard nodded to the conductor that he had checked over the train, and it was now given the all clear. Before it started to move, the little baby triceratops made an appearance again. It had something in his mouth. It leant over to Sam and carefully, gently, dropped something into his lap. Sam picked it up in the palm of his hand. It was a small, black, spiral-shaped fossil. A token. A thank you to Sam for saving the train. And suddenly, that moment the fossil touched Sam's palm, he was back in his garden. He was no longer in the tunnel, but that small fossil, that token, had remained. And so, when Sam went to bed that evening, as before, he put the fossil next to the whistle, next to the gear, next to the prism, and now had 4 artifacts, all in a row. Sam looked at his collection and smiled. He knew this wasn't the end. Oh no, far from it. That was just another stop on the line. And that brings us to the end. I hope that you enjoyed the story today. And if you did, please don't forget to like and subscribe. And from me to you, sweet dreams.